ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
So there's a podcast called Grits and Eggs, and Deontay Kyle is the host of Grits and Eggs, the podcast, and I absolutely, mine's the N-words. I wish he wouldn't say them so much, but I'm not going to police his speech. It's not going to stop me from listening to the substance of what this man is saying, and he's right. Okay, what you're saying about masculinity, but why? Smith, play the clip from Grits and Eggs.
But you think about that, these big giant men, right? Mm-hmm. John Coffey, Green Mile. Mm-hmm. These big giant men are always in chains, always locked away. They always make sure, like, and they must see it from a young age. They have to get control over these men who are going to naturally be the protectors. Yeah. And because they assume that responsibility always, they're also very generous and gentle men. Due to their stature alone, they'll fuck you up. And those that strike absolute fear in white people, right? Yeah. And what happens to those men now? They either they get locked away or they're funneled into athletics. Yeah. You don't see a big like that just working in tech. And every time you see a tall black kid, do you hoop? Do you play ball?
Play ball. Yeah,
we
gotta stop that. No, we gotta stop that.
We have to stop that.
We have to stop
because
that.
they have other interests.
Right.
The more they lock those men away or funnel them to athletics, which is slavery,
pretty much.
You just the highest paid slave, because what happens? You get recruited. They send you through a combine, a series of obstacles to test your strengths, get all the data. How tall? How high can you jump? All this. Mm-hmm. Then you get signed.
Yeah, I've been through it. I've been through it.
You get signed and then you get branded.
Yeah.
And once you get that brand on you, that's a golden handcuffs.
Yeah.
You can't speak for yourself or you get fined. Mm-hmm. They probably pick these wives. Probably.
If you don't come in already with something.
So the thing is those men, those big men of stature, those big black brute men that would naturally be our protectors and our great providers and our generous men get funneled into these systems of white supremacy, whether that be the Department of Corrections or athletics. And then they whittle away those genetics into white women's bodies.
Due to knowledge.
I mean, they're taking the black brute, what they assume is the black brute, which is naturally our protector.
Right.
The alpha. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's you want to consider yourself alpha, and every black man that considers himself an alpha man don't never like black women. It's something to this shit, bro. Yeah. They had to get the biggest. They're recruiting these. Yeah. They see them, and let's get a handle on that, because that's what they fear the most. Because imagine 6'8", 300 pounds, pro-black as a motherfucker. They never come like that.
That's a scary sight.
They never come like that.
Yeah. They
never do. No, because they've been funneled into systems of white supremacy from a young age.
Yeah.
Uniformity. Football jersey or prison jumpsuit. Uniformity.
Now, we could fish through all of that, but what I landed on, as again, wow.
I'm saying.
Wow.
Absolutely. Those big brothers, they're crowned with so much masculinity that they don't need literacy in order to move through this society. They don't need literacy to be found valuable, and they don't need literacy to be found attractive. The masculine performance is, in fact, most white men on American plantations, many of them weren't literate either.
Why? Well, no one ever talks about that. The illiteracy.
That's right. The illiteracy rate in America was just as high among white people as it was among black people during the years of slavery. White people could not read any more than black people. That's really true.
Except they weren't punished for it.
That's right.
So
That's right.
So what do you do with that? you had the freedom to read and still chose not to. Oh, where we are today, same thing.
And the crowning glory of a man was not his intellectual performance. The crowning glory of a man was what he owned. Or who? Or who? The crowning glory of a man was the actions he could perform, which is really how black men even get into this very dangerous place, right? Of start to understand black manhood through this whole notion of physicality and masculine performance, because black women were not meeting them at that intersection, because black women did not come from this tradition of being just quiet and silent and I don't do nothing and my man gonna keep me. That was a white woman's tradition, which is why slowly over time we know many white women became very attractive to these very physical white black men. I'm gonna get in trouble for it, but I'm gonna say it. This is how you get these white women running after our athletes, etc. Because why? Because black masculinity, and really any masculinity, right, at its height, will absolutely kill itself to protect a woman if she will let him be her chivalrous coverage.
Oh my God. All right. Hey, let me not put out.
And white women will do it before black women will.
Okay. So we have a conundrum. It's wild. It's wild. So we're gonna solve two problems today. We're gonna solve the problem of anti-African, and we're gonna solve the problem. It's wild when you said you read and it wasn't the thing that people lauded about you.
That's right.
I did a book with this basketball player from Jersey City. His name was Luther Wright, and I covered him when he was in high school. He's 7'2" from Elizabeth, New Jersey. And I remember being at one of the games and afterwards interviewing him, and he had his girlfriend there, and she might have been like 5'2", Dr. Black. He's 7'2". I said, Luther, why are you with this tiny little girl? He said, I don't want my children to be this tall. And as I, went on to interview him later, I realized that, he wanted to play music. He wanted to draw. He didn't want to play basketball. He was forced into something because he's 7'2".
Yes, our imagination.
Forced into something that he did not want, but his whole family also. So now you have the responsibility as a child to take care of everybody, because everybody's hopes and dreams are on your size and physicality and your abilities on the basketball court. And I think it did something to him.
Absolutely.
That's not good, Absolutely. And I wonder, maybe LeBron didn't want to play basketball. Maybe Kareem didn't want to play basketball.
Yes.
Maybe Wilt didn't want to play basketball.
Yes.
And as a society, we perpetuate that on these kids as well.
Because the other thing is this, Karen, most people, it's not everybody, but most people do not know how to rear what they believe would be a masculine son without putting the emphasis of his strength in his body. I'm going to say that again. We do not know how to raise a boy that we're going to be proud of without putting the center of his strength in his body. Fathers, make boy. You're going to play some sport. Now, you might choose which one, but you got to play one. See, and I'm all for exercise. I'm all for no issue there. No issue there. But what I mean is this. The problem is we cannot imagine spirit as masculine.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will